So hello guys, and it is time. We are here. We have made it. After enduring the Aeon strife, after enduring all the Protoss tribes fighting each other, apparently we're still gonna get another one. And we are gonna be into another PvP again. It is what it is. We got 4 Protoss players making it to the semifinals. So congratulations to them. Honestly, they did such a good job to make it all the way. And they have shown that this is their expertise, and there you go. But we are only down to 2 left, and that is gonna be Garchuu versus DavidBane. Garchuu winning out, surviving again. Like we said, 2-1 is his scoreline. 2-1 is his city, guys. And he was just able to drag on that second match to the point where everyone died, not just Artanis PH, but I died, Mizzle died. I assume you guys died too, besides trying to figure out what else these guys could play. But hey, we brought it back in game number 3, and we have all risen from our graves to bring it back to the grand finals. Now, a little bit of the difficulty here for Garchuu is he can't win 2-1 anymore, he has to win with a different scoreline. It is a best of 5 coming our way here and now, and it is going to be against DavidBane, who has been so exceptional so far throughout the bracket. Let's look quickly through DavidBane's path of destruction. He beats recently Subi, our first runner-up from quarantine number 1, 2-0. Beat up Seji as well, 2-0. 2-0 against Deadly Pants, and even, he actually beat up Umi-chan rather with a 2-0 and beats Elvin B 2-0. So he has had a complete stomp so far in this tournament, and he has really been the one to beat. But hey guys, it's gonna be time to get into our matches and into our map picks as well. So we are in a best of 5 Legions event. We got Eternal Empire first, Purity Industry next, Simulacrum, Everdream, and then LE finally to round things up. Our maps are banned. Down below is gonna be Golden Wall as well as that Nightshade. So I really think though that Mr. David here, he was like, I saw that match, and I am not gonna go through that. I am not gonna play 30 minutes on Nightshade, and I'm gonna ban that away. And that is probably the story there. But it seems like both of our teams are ready to go and are ready to get into the action. It's gonna be fine time here and now for our StarCraft audience to get into the fight. And the last match in the Gold to Diamond tournament. Here we go. Garchuu versus DavidBane, and we'll see if the Magician can beat the Survivor, or will it be vice versa. In terms of advantage though, it's in terms of the results right now of the tournament. You could say that DavidBane really having a little bit of the edge, but hey, we can find out right here, right now, as it is time to get into the grand finals and our first map of the night. It is truly nighttime, guys. Is going to be Eternal Empire. Let's get into the action. Let's get to down below to ground control. Into the battlefield we go. So welcome all, ladies and gentlemen. You are here. You are now going to see the PvP that herald the ushering, the definition of the true PvP experience. And here we go, ladies and gents. It's gonna be fine time to get into our first map in this best of 5 in the grand finals. I'm your host Daks, I'm your caster Daks, I'm your prod guy Daks, and joining me has been the marshal and the tournament organizer, Mr. Mizzle, who, when I call him, he chimes in to say hi. And I guess it's one more time, Mizzle, before, we really get into the meat of things. Do you have any messages to say to the community about how Quarantine 2 has really come and passed? And, just little words before we really get started into the meat of things.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the SCPH community. Shout out to my good friends, Polka Dodge, Extinct, Saipem, Bayagster, Supermalls. I hope I didn't miss. There are too many of you guys. Thank you for all the help. We'll make sure that there will be another tournament maybe next week. What do you think
Wow.
about that, Dax?
Wow!
Maybe
Already?
next week,
What a guy! What a
or
guy!
maybe in 2 weeks time. We'll see.
Let's see.
Thank you also to AKG Games Philippines for sponsoring our small tournament. We hope to be working with you for another tournament as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, and there you go, Missile. Ambitious, huh? Next week na naman! We go again? What about the quarantine, guys? Okay, remember, so if you guys aren't from the PH, basically, we call it quarantine because we're all stuck at home anyway, due to how we're handling things here in the Philippines. And yeah, you know, we kind of want to make sure that we're A-okay first, Mr. Mizzle, before anything else. But, hey, if you can actually get a weekly thing, that might be pretty cool. I think bi-weekly is a good thing to do on as well, just to keep it local and to keep it cash. But you know what isn't casual right now? This has to be the most competitive match that is to come. Now, both players have secured some money, but only one will bring home that 2K prize pool. That's 40 bucks. That's around how many cheeseburger McDonald's? Let's do the math. There's 390, that's 10, like 400 for 10. That's looks like 50. You got 50 cheeseburgers, guys, for your grand prize in this gold to diamond bracket. Special thanks, of course, to AKG Games, as we mentioned, who's been the sponsor for this tournament. You can check out their logo right there, and of course, their Facebook and Instagram at akggames.ph. But enough about the intros. 3 minutes and a half in. This is all we did. Talk about something that isn't related to the game. First things first. On the top right of Eternal Empire, it is gonna be DavidBane with a combo line of Stalkers to boot. And his opponents, on the bottom left, the Survivor, the red Protoss, Garchuu. So the Magician versus the Survivor. There you go, guys. That's your tagline for this match. And DavidBane has already set things up with the standard 2-gate 1 core. We are going to get the rope facility as well. And he is going to start things off with the Observer rather than the Immortals. He's not really too afraid of an upcoming attack. He does have that proxy pylon in position just in case he wants to do any kind of shenanigans. And in the meantime, Garchuu already going to be setting things up with an Observer as well. He went for the very, very safe rope facility. And it seems like for Garchuu, he's going to be looking to form on up to have a little bit of blockades to prevent anyone from really running on and straight into the middle line. But here you go, second Nexus now built on over for both sides. DavidBane though with the advantage on the worker count, but the armory looking pretty good here for Garchuu. Seems like Garchuu a little overcompensating, thinking that DavidBane is gonna go on the attack. And what kind of vision does he have in the first place? Doesn't really see too much. He was able to only see that that was the 2-gate 1 core coming his way, but he wanted to play it safe at the cost of some workers, and you can never really go wrong with that to begin with. Anyway though, we'll see how these probes are going to be mobilizing, trying to get saturation. And here in PvP, when it becomes standard, it really becomes a battle of AoE. We saw on that very amazing, my favorite #1 match, Nightshade LE, with the Colossus coming on out, really turning the tides and changing things up on a different scale. I'd love to see some Disruptors though. I'd love to see some High Templar really getting much crackles and bams as much as possible, because it'll be such a big component into this matchup. Anyway though, Immortal gonna be set on up. Here we go with the Assimilators coming online for DavidBane. And 4 gas right now for our blue Protoss. The red Protoss gonna be doing the same, trying to keep things up on those higher tiers of tech. But neither side really wanted to go for that third base High Templar right here, right now. And this time, DavidBane gonna be only building 1. I like that. I like that very much. Charge Lot gonna be online as well. And here comes the +1. So this might be the Charge Lot Archon build from our blue hand side. So of course the Charge Lot Archon is just such an absolute classic in any kind of Protoss deathball composition. You can never go wrong with the Charge Lot Archon due to the fact that you get Archons for around 300 gas and you get Zealots for 100 minerals. It really is barely any overlap, and it really goes to show that it's such a cost-effective way to go about things in the first place. Anyway though, Garchuu right now gonna be floating on in with this Warp Prism, looking for a potential angle to actually get on, but at the same time, DavidBane already is set up onto the side. But DavidBane might be making a mistake here. The pylon gonna get shut down, looking for the other one. Oh, pesky stuff right here, right now from Garchuu. He needs to micro that one properly to get the takedown there, and all of these gateways will be unpowered. A bit of a nuisance, sure, but hey, Just so fun to be pesky in the first place. You're gonna see some unpowered gateways come online, that's for sure. And it looked pretty sad, really having no glow of the call-up. But hey, into the second point, we go to second part of his base. DavidBane is making sure that he can defend those skylines. And +1 right now coming online here for Garchuu. You can't go for the timing, you can really go for the push at any point in time. And he will go for that extended thermal lance while building 4 gateways at the same moment. Still though, on 2 base might be a little risky, but he is going for the 8 gate 1 robo approach, just a little too much onto the production side, but it is gonna be fine if he can keep things up. But anyway, Garchuu right now, on the north hand side we go. He still has those 2 immortals, a classic play with the Warp Prism. And if you guys haven't seen these 2 players compete, you can check out the VODs up on top. But as I said before, Garchuu really winning out in multiple 2-1 scenarios, really being the one to survive at the tail end, and really being the one who has been impressive even in the face of uncertainty. But speaking of uncertainty though, but it's a complete opposite rather. It's DavidBane who has a lot more certainty than his opposition, who has been a lot more decisive, a lot more potent at really shutting people down 2-0. Even though we are on a BO5, you can still rely on the same compositions, but only better with more and more of these units. As right here, right now, Charge Lot as well as +2 gonna be big components of potential success here for Mr. DavidBane. He's not exposing that charge as of yet, pretty smart here, and now we'll see if it will make a difference to actually keep the hide on it in the first place. But hey, Archons right now being warped on in yet again. Warp Prism gonna be going for as many reinforcement cycles as possible. Here comes the Zealots moving on forward. We got some Stalkers, we got some Immortals into the mix, and onto the low ground goes Garchuu. Pincer attack potentially, but it is gonna be 2 fronts into this one. Force field right here, right now, and the split army not gonna have enough DPS. DavidBane finding the time, finding the angle, and he is literally the wedge in between the angles here. And now these Archons are in position to just vaporize everything. The force field is absolutely huge to get the shutdown on, and terrible positioning there from Garchuu, gonna be suffering from his own mistakes. This natural gonna go on down, complete advantage. GG gonna get called, and the first points of the grand finals will be taken by DavidBane, and that is the difference of being decisive on these maps. There you go, guys. That was map number 1, and that was a pretty exciting time. That is how you do it, and that is how you get the shutdown against the opposition here in our gold to diamond bracket. But victory goes over to our boy DavidBane. Hey, see if his opponent can actually get one back in the first place. Eternal Empire taken on one last time. The sands gonna be covering the corpse of Mr. Garchuu. As here we go right now with our results. DavidBane with that victory here on Eternal Empire. Purity Industry gonna be next on the list, and I think it's the first time we're actually gonna be seeing it on stream. So I'm pretty excited about that one. A lot of different kinds of air tech that can be used. And will we actually see a big Golden Armada fight, like carriers versus carriers, something like that, really trying to shoot each other, really trying to blow each other up? But hey, our boats of our players are ready to go, and I am feeling it. Are you guys feeling it too? Can you feel the energy right now coursing through our veins as Purity Industry gonna be next on the list in this grand finals? We have been live for almost 6 hours, and we are still going here in the quarantine number 2 gold to diamond tournament. Reminder though, we are not done with the tournament as of yet after this one, because we will have another day tomorrow. And the funny thing is, if I can actually still make it, I might just immediately host Aodai from the get-go, like out of nowhere, just like, let's just go guys, let's just do it right here, right now, with the odds we got. No need for the reset that thing. But that is gonna be an interesting scenario to see when we should be focusing on to this best of 5. DavidBane right here, right now, with a 1 map advantage. Gonna be starting on the Purity end. And Garchuu in the meantime, looking for some industry, looking to just produce as we move on over to our next map. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go into map number 2 out of 5. Best of 5 right here, right now, and DavidBane needing 2 more to take this series home. He's looking poised to win out this whole tournament, and he's looking poised to really impress everyone and anyone who's watching right now. But introducing first, on the north side of Purity and Industry, it is gonna be the Blue Protoss of DavidBane. Black and blue. The colors of my skin right here. And it really is going to be bruises all abound if we are just going to be keeping on up with how long we can go. But hey, we're going to tank things up, we're going to try our best, and those bruises eventually heal and make us even better. His opponent though has been bruised, battered, and has not yet been beaten though. It really has been a struggle here for the one we call the Survivor. He is the one you can rely on, he is the one that you can see at the tail end figure things out. But for how longer? But can he actually do it now? That's gonna be the real question. As it is the Red Protoss of Garchuu. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in our grand finals. And we are just not done yet. We are keeping on with the show. We are live all the way from 2 p.m. onwards. 6 hours in, guys. We have done our jobs. But thank you guys for tuning on in, thank you guys for the support, and thank you guys for checking this one out. As Garchuu moving on around, we got DavidBane right now, keeping on with the top up in terms of that middle accounts. 1, 2 Gateway, 1 Cyber Core, a recipe of success right here, right now, for these 2 Protoss players. But Garchuu realizes, hey, we're playing on Purity Industry. I'm gonna go for the Stargate again. It's not a bad idea whatsoever. It's gonna be looking pretty potent to actually get on through to the other side. And even with the inhibitor zones in position, well, the big deal right now is just the distance to try and make it on the opposite end. So it seems like it is going to be a battle in disguise. And the thing about inhibitor zones, it isn't really the biggest deal until you get onto your opponent's base. Because when you try to turn around and try to get on away, you can still get shot multiple times because of those inhibition zones. And it really is a big pesky thing to deal with. Anyway though, 32 supply to 30, very close right here, right now. Garchuu though, gonna be sending on those adepts, looking for the scout, and DavidBane gonna do the same. It's time for the brawl, and it's time for the teleportation. Pretty awkward there, literally having the same idea, and it's finally gonna be under attack in this instance. The adept right now, gonna be watching on by Garchuu in the meantime, blocking that one off. And here comes 3 of the adepts going against 2. Advantage right here, right now, for the Adept Squadron. And they will get the takedown there. So close, but no cigar for a kill. But here for DavidBane, he's looking to go for that second base. And Natural gonna be built by the 333 mark. Garchuu gonna do the same. Seems like both players in sync on what they want to do in the first place. And they aren't really going for any ultra aggressive attacks at the very start. They want to go for that second base. They want to make sure that they can make the income that they need to keep things up. And here and now, it's going to be DavidBane going for the Oracle. But the Phoenix is just getting the damage done. And in the meantime, DavidBane, wow, he's going to be able to get 7 of those kills. No respect whatsoever from Garchuu. Just shrugging off that the Oracle was there. And in the end, he's going to lose 7 of those probes. It'll take a while to actually rebuild in the first place. But it is what it is, and Garchuu right now playing a multiple Phoenix composition. Gonna be very interesting to see how he's gonna be flying on around into this one. Can go for the left on ups against multiple targets. And speaking of a target right now, might be that Stalker. Gets the probe first and foremost though. Easy takedown there. Going for a second one, just doesn't happen, so but hey, Garchuu is just floating on around yet again. Gateways right now being built by Mr. DavidBane. And he has the Templar, the Twilight Council in behind. Blink, gonna be a pretty exceptional ability now to help things out. In terms of mobility, in terms of getting to the high ground, in terms of fighting against these aerial units to begin with. It's still no engagement right here, right now from the friend line from the start of it to the other swan. But hey, here for Garchuu, he's on the right hand side. Gonna be some classic antics with the Phoenixes. He's gonna be going for the lift, going for the kill, and rinse and repeat. It's all about abilities right here, right now. And DavidBane gonna need a few more stalkers to just mitigate anything that his opponent is trying to do in the first place. Anyway, onto the left hand side we go. And in the meantime, we got DavidBane looking to make the second base work, but the Graviton Beam one more time, really just ruining the day of any probe that comes that way. And the Stalkers gonna be in position yet again. Speaking of Stalkers right now, they're hugging onto these middle lines and making sure that nothing is gonna come to them. And the interesting part is Garchuu is not really gonna be sending anything else in instead. So we'll see how this one's gonna work here for our Red Protoss. Anyway though, we do have a proxy pilot here enough for DavidBane. He is wanting to go for a few attacks here, there, and everywhere. And probably gonna be a robo facility in that area, so we'll see how this one is gonna go. More workers still being built, and these Phoenixes. So, if you have a Phoenix, shouldn't it come back? And then if you have multiple Phoenixes, shouldn't they all come back? Now the real question is, are they like Starfish? If you cut off a limb from a Phoenix, does it come back into full? Does it just grow a new one? That's gonna be the question there. But hey, Graviton Beams yet again. Just so annoying. On to the second base. We're really keeping up with the pressure, really keeping up with the shots. And it seems like Garchuu having his opposition's number. DavidBane though, literally focusing heavily onto an army count. Not going for the army mode whatsoever. Seems like economy is really the state of DavidBane right now. And here we go with some long time warp cycles in. We'll see though how this is work out for your two teams, as we are gonna get the Templar Archives yet again. Here for the side of Garchuu. In the meantime, another Phoenix now rallying on over to the mating call of these Phoenixes. Visions are all abound, and right now the Phoenix is in position yet again. They see the Stalker get the lift. It really doesn't pan out too much. There you go, the within vision zone, almost but not quite. Feels like DavidBane right now needs to respond a little better against these Phoenixes because they're a little too quick for his own comfort. All about PvP right here, right now in the quarantine number 2. We got 4 PvP semi-finalists, so that means we got 2 PvP finalists. It really is the Protoss day today. We have all gotten Protoss into this stream. But hey, here for Garchuu, he's still flying on around. The biggest, most impactful thing he really does have right now are these Phoenixes. And that's basically all he has. He has 6 of these and then 6 of depth. But the Archon's now going to meet them in pitch combat. Good timing there from DavidBane to come onto the outside. And Garchuu needs to figure out a way to actually get on through. Here comes the transition, and here comes the gateway in position. DavidBane has already been preparing for this for quite a while, and he's looking to go for the flank. Does he have the upgrades that he needs? He only does have that Blink Stalker, but that, and as well as the charge actually, so never mind. He does have a good amount of utility into this one. Looking to go for the Blinks, looking to go for the charge, and in the meantime, what does Garchuu have? Absolutely nothing. Here comes the push right here, right now. Getting in position. Finds out the front line. The Archon's trying to escape, but it's just not gonna happen. DavidBane with a very strong assault. Here comes Garchuu though, bringing in the reinforcements, bringing in those units, and lifting them up as much as possible. Absolute destruction. GG is called, and DavidBane with a proper time to attack. He's gonna be able to take this one, and we'll move on to a 2-0 advantage. One more! And we will be crowning ourselves a champion in the quarantine tournament. So there you go, guys. Another victory for DavidBane, and he is just looking nigh unstoppable, honestly. He is just looking to be an absolute beast in this tournament. And we are now moving on over to map number 3 instead. Can anyone stop DavidBane by this point? He has literally lit on up and showed the best that he can bring to the table. Very well played there though by our Protoss player. He was really basically hampered, really stuck at home, and really couldn't come on out. But in the end, made a way to make it happen. here at the industry gonna be done from our annals. And next on the list, there's gonna be time for Simulacrum instead. Now, if DavidBane takes this one, we are gonna be done for the day in terms of the SCPH quarantine tournaments. In the meantime, though, if we get a little more, well, we have to go all the way till the 5 if that is gonna be 2 victories here for our other side. But now Garchuu looking to climb out the hole. As we've said before and multiple times, he has been the one who's been surviving. He has been the one who has really been clawing himself out of situations like this. And this might be time to whip it out yet again. This might be time to bring it to the table. And this might be time to get things done. As let's go into another one of these SCPH quarantine tournament games, but this is a special one because this is game number 3 of the grand finals, and whoever takes this, well, actually it's not that simple. Whoever is able to take this will get 1 more map score added to their name. And speaking of map score, there you go. It is 2 right now to DavidBane, and if you get 1 more, he will take this whole match. In the meantime, on the other side, well, you can never go wrong and keeping things up in the head. But hey, you know what else is keeping you up? StarCraft 2 action, as here on the top left of Simulacrum LE, this might be the final time we're gonna be saying it. It is gonna be the Blue Protoss of DavidBane. And his opponents, right here, right now. On to the southeast quadrant instead. Simulacrum. Gonna be a good place to stage a comeback, and it could be a good place to go for some guerrilla warfare. We'll see how this one's gonna pan out for us, as it is gonna be the red Protoss of Garchuu. The gateways as well as the cyber core right here, right now. On the blue hand side, with just such a confidence advantage. You can really feel a little bit of jitters right here, right now, from Garchuu. We're trying to find an angle, trying to find a place to actually set something up. And Garchuu right now, will he go for a proxy gateway, a proxy cannons rush, or will it even be a proxy nexus coming our way? Anyway though, gateways are gonna be coming on up, and what I've seen overall in this series is just how strong DavidBane has been on these clashes. It seems like he's really understanding the nuances of every single clash. He's understanding the nuances of every single fight, and he has been really on top of his game so far. In the meantime, another proxy pylon, and I like this here for DavidBane. He uses this basically as a rally point to make sure that he's gonna get reinforcements from the same side, and he keeps up backup on that side. He keeps up a few people checking things out, and it is a pretty effective way to go about things. But hey, center control here on Simulacrum might just be a little too exposed to begin with. Sentries though, as well as stalkers. No sentries actually, it's just pure stalkers right now for DavidBane. But hey, it's all about these armored units right now, moving on around, looking to make sure that everything's going fine, and the mechanical units trying to get potentially Blink into the future. You can never go wrong with the Blink Stalker. It really is an old school strategy that has stood the test of time. But hey, in this instance, it's a slow but steady push, as finally Garchuu gonna be looking for that second base, and that's what I also noticed in PvP. It is either very fast with the cheese, with the shenanigans, with just getting murdered out of nowhere, but compare it to a long game in PvP, it's not even just chess anymore. It really is something like backdown. It really is something like trying to figure out what even is the point, what even is the clue, or what is even to come. But speaking of what else to come, here comes DavidBane right now, sending in the first funnel of units. Does Garchuu know that that is there? Seems like he was able to get a little bit of that sidelines to begin with. Shots still keeping on coming, Immortal's gonna be there, and Garchuu might get caught out in the open, suffering of his own success, suffering from expanding a little too early, and the proxy robo allowing DavidBane to take the advantage, taking care right here, right now of this natural, no cancel whatsoever though from the side of Garchuu, but instead he is gonna try to keep things up and bring things to the table. So 300 and get spotted. In this instance, Here comes DavidBane right now, staying on the low ground, looking around, trying to figure out a way to get the siege on and just win things out already. It's gonna be finally time. As the observer getting in position. Shots even keeping on coming. DavidBane really just basically walling off the interaction. Here for Garchuu though, it's looking pretty difficult, and he's using the energy on these sentries just to get the hallucination, just to get the information that he feels like they need. But they are on the low ground right now, and they are numbering into the plenties. They are numbering into a pretty scary ball. And in an instance like this, here comes more and more of these stalkers. Force field now set on up. DavidBane just in complete control, but now there's gonna be a high ground taken here by Garchuu, and that is a beautiful, beautiful load on in. Finds out that sentry is low battery. Here comes the thunder though, and here comes the punish. DavidBane still really trying from down below, and what's to help here and now would be potentially a warp cycle in behind. Power though gonna go down in front of those two pylons. And well, without any power, there's gonna be barely any production. One gateway, one road facility, all she needs apparently. It's finally time to get into this one. Looking around for a few targets of opportunities. Sees the Immortals drop on down. But in the meantime, there you go with all of those units huddled on over to the other side. DavidBane looking for the coup de grace, and he will be breaking the disruptor. Here comes the Nova, and oh, so close, but no cigar. I was so hyped for that one, but just didn't reach at the tail end. Observer now will get spotted as well by his counterparts, and we can go again. We can try again. You got this. You got this, David. You got this, DavidBane. You are gonna give us a match kick. You are gonna give us a show to remember and a bait and switch to boot. But with that disruptor right now floating on around, here comes Nova right here, right now. Doesn't still make it though. Doesn't still make it. Seems like we're just watching different angles, different sides, and just checking things out along the way. But hey, all about dropping in, dropping out. Very interesting way for Garchuu here, trying to hide a few things onto the side and trying to make sure that he will have a reinforcement cycle or two, but it's just such a big difference right now in that economy tab. And here comes trouble. All about pushing on in yet again. All about keeping things up. All about fighting for your lives. And Garchuu right now actually surviving with a multiple amount of Immortals, but it's still very, very painful to see here for Garchuu. He knows he's down the maps. He knows that he's struggling. He knows that he's trying to survive for his life. And in the end, he is going to be able to do so, but DavidBane's still going to have another cycle on, can really protect as well as expand somewhere closer to the opposing map. Anyway, by this point in time, it really is just a big advantage here for DavidBane. He's up 16 workers, and Garchuu in the meantime looking around trying to figure out where the hell is the source? What is the code? Where can we crack it? Where can we figure out where it is to come? And DavidBane could be backing on out. Seems like he's not too confident to finish this one up. A beautiful defense there from Garchuu to keep things up along the way. And instead, he's going to be playing saturation, going to be playing into another grisly sight. But even more and more of these stalkers coming online, and it really has been the bread and butter here for DavidBane. Blink Stalker going to be such a good component as well, and overall the composition for DavidBane has really shown its material worth as well as its adaptability. I'd love to see more Immortals though, just to be into the front line to help things out, and a few more sentries to mitigate the damage, but overall having these many disruptors is just such style points to begin with. They're trying to make it through, they're trying to make it to the other side, and they will go on uncontested and unscathed. Here comes the fight already. The Stalkers looking to give chase, doesn't have a blink as of yet. In the meantime, here comes the shot, looking for the connection, and that is the Nova blowing up the front line there. Huge one there from DavidBane. Looking for a second one. The Immortal will take the brunt of the damage. It's all about blowing things up, and it is gonna be Kingdom Come that DavidBane will be our champion here in the quarantine number 2. He will take the 2,000 peso prize pool. Congratulations to Garchuu as well, taking second place, surviving almost till the end, but the tribe has spoken, and the balls of fury have literally destroyed everything you hold dear. What a tournament, guys. What a show. And what a strong showing from our guy, from our friendo, from, from Mr. DavidBane. Absolutely dominant, absolutely strong. And what a way to go about things today. We have gone all the way to the end of this tournament and back. We have gone to see so many different matches, and that is just gonna be day number 1. Huge congratulations there to DavidBane. A clean sweep all throughout this tournament, and he will be invited to our next side of the Masters, our next tournament. He will be moving on over to that bracket instead. And with a strong showing with 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and 3-0, I wouldn't have it any other way. Garchuu though, big props to that guy. Absolute class and absolute fight within him. He really fought just for all of his victories, and he had a pretty difficult path to go through. So well done there to Garchuu, making it our second placer. He will still be able to get on into the gold to diamond bracket though, since he didn't win it out. And congratulations to him for taking the second place prize. Whew. I'm just shocked on how that one ended, with some disruptors to really blow things up. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, 2,000 pesos going over to our victor, going over to the best name we've gotten so far. We've got DavidBane winning that one out and getting the $40 prize. Garchuu in the meantime winning out with a 700 prize pool as well. Not bad at all, not bad. But we are not done with the quarantine tournament for this weekend, guys. Tomorrow we will have another one, and that is gonna be a little different. 2,500 for first place, 1,100 for second, and it's gonna be a double elimination frenzy with best of 3s up on the upper bracket, but sudden death elimination on best of 1 instead. We want to keep things a little different, and we want to just keep people on their toes. And that is it, and that is how you go about things, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you get things done in the quarantine tournament. Big shoutouts though to everyone who participated in the gold to diamond bracket, and they have done a wonderful job of really giving us some quality matches in their skill bracket. Big thanks as well to AKG Games for setting up the funding to help us out and giving in with some prizes to the community. And of course, our community sponsors, DLS Mizzle himself, making all those overlays and all that production. We got Supermalls by Yagster, as well as Paul, doing such a great job helping things out in so many different ways, and marshalling and being part of the tournaments and really helping out in getting things set up, and as well as contributing to that prize pool. This has been the grand finals of the quarantine number 2 gold to diamond bracket, and our final victor is going to be nobody but DavidBane himself. He takes care of not 1 but 2 but even 3, and very well done there by DavidBane. Quick little match results though, just to see what's been going on. And DavidBane taking 1, 2, and 3, not needing Everdream and Zen LE anymore to just secure this victory. Seems like Macat needing me the most as well. And we can call it a day here, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Yui, don't be like that. It has been a very tiring experience for me. I feel like this was the most tired I've ever been in a tournament. And I don't think I'm actually done yet. I'm gonna look to see if we can get to play catch up with our dice stuff. And if you guys see me go live yet again, well, you know what is going to be going on with that one. But it has been a very tiring experience, and that has been a very fun time. GG, well played. Thank you, guys, for all of your supports. And we are gonna be calling it a little bit of a break. So I'm just gonna figure things out, keep the stream on up. But thank you guys for tuning on in to the SCPH Quarantine Tournament number 2. And we are gonna be done for the night on the Philippine scene. See you guys in the next one, and see you guys tomorrow for the second part with the Masters Bracket.